Welcome back, everybody. Now today I'm taking a look at 4 travel gadgets to see if they actually work. That's today's video. So obviously I'm not in Las Vegas. I'm in my birth city of Jacksonville, or as this shirt says, Saxonville. But we'll talk about that later. I'm in the control center of Unbox Warehouse, and my friend Mike Benson, who you might remember from the Oculus Go video I did a couple years ago. Mike's gonna help me out with today's video for 3 of the 4 products I'm reviewing. So Mike, come on in and let's get started.
What's going on, James? How you doing? Welcome to Jacksonville. It's Saxonville because it's supposed to have a good defense on the Jacksonville Jaguars, but it's not that good anymore.
But I have not been here since I was 6 years old, so that's kind of part of the reason I wanted to come here as well. So.
That's fun. You saw where you were born.
Went to all my old neighborhoods.
And now you don't want to go back to those neighborhoods, right?
It was kind of interesting, actually, seeing that again for the first time in that many years. It's not exactly like you remember it.
So what's the first product we're going to go over today, James?
I think the first thing we should go over is the Travelon, which is actually something that we took out on the boat. And it's actually a holder for the cell phone that not only keeps it dry, but also floats. So I thought that was a great one to bring out here and give it a shot.
And here it is right here. Now, it did get a little damaged during our test, and that was basically because I decided that James wasn't doing the test good enough. So we upped the game, but we'll get into that in a minute and see how this worked and how it got broken.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to test it, but Mike wanted to go one step further. So
all right, so let's see. How do you say it?
So here's how that went.
Okay.
We're going to try the float test because supposedly it floats. Not only is it waterproof, but it also floats. So we have not a very good phone, just in case it doesn't float.
This is an old Note -4 or something.
Oh, is it?
It's good.
This isn't the one that exploded in the planes, was it?
Yes, I think that's why I bagged it up. We'll see if it explodes.
Try the explode test.
Yeah, I think it exploded a little, and I replaced the back glass after the explosion.
We're gonna have to throw this off there and hopefully it doesn't sink.
If it sinks, you owe me. Well, I don't think it's worth anything, but
if it sinks,
you owe me
then the review is over.
Yeah, it's done. All right.
Real quick before we throw this thing in the water, can you show us, James, how you put your phone there, how easy it is? You're the only one that reads instructions around here, so I don't know how to use it.
Yeah, it's funny. Reading instructions does seem to be a lost art sometimes on YouTube. But
yeah, no one does that.
So what you're really supposed to do is it's Velcro, so you just open it up. And really, all you do, this orange part does not move, so it's
fixed in there.
It's fixed in there, and you slide your phone in there, so the camera is in this open part here. So you press all the air out, then you fold this over, and then there's a Velcro snap. Good to go.
Now the Velcro, we had some questions about the validity and the effectiveness of the Velcro when we used it, and it worked pretty well.
Yeah.
But for the first test, we're just going to chunk it off the back of the boat,
Just throw it in the water, and
this is just like an accident. You just dropped it. Oops.
This is the real world. This is the real world test.
Okay, so let me try this time.
Yeah.
So here's how that went.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. Chunk this off the boat into this gorgeous, crystal clear Jacksonville St. John River's water.
Look at that blue water.
If it sinks more than like 6 inches, you're not going to be able to find it anymore because that's how dark this water is. All right, go for it.
Here we
and
go.
then we'll get a net and fish it out. I like that it's orange and visible, so let's see how easily.
Ready?
Go ahead, chunk it out.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's floating.
Now it's floating away.
Yeah, okay, jump in and get it. Okay, so let me get the fishing net. Oh, you got it!
I got a big one. We're having dinner tonight.
It looks wet.
But now we gotta take it out of here and see if it's actually wet inside.
Okay, yeah, we do,
that's
for sure. Okay, not a drop.
Oh, wow.
Not a drop.
Good.
It worked. It floats. You can see it. Okay, so we just stopped the boat because I had the perfect idea. We're going to see how waterproof this is because that last test was super weak.
Yeah, this is going to be the good test.
We're about to crash. Oh. So we're going to tie this thing to this ski rope here, and we're going to tow it behind the boat until it fails, okay? This is probably not a good idea, but go ahead and do the honors. Chunk that dude out here. I'll drive the boat. Okay, just hold on to it because it's not tied to anything, James. I got it. Here we go.
How far back should I let it go?
How far back should I let it go?
I don't need to go too far back. Here we go. Woo! Oh my God. Oh, it's opening up. It's opening up. It's open.
I think it opened up.
No way. All right, check the damage. Oh, it's open.
Oh no. Oh, it came open. Let me see.
It looks dry though.
Yeah, but look, it opened up though.
No, it looks dry. How'd it open?
The Velcro failed. The Velcro failed. The Velcro failed. The Velcro failed. So it's not, you can't pull
Hold
it
on,
out
though. Let's check this. Let's check this. Okay, there's some drips on it, but it's really dry.
Is that crack already there?
The cracks were there.
Okay.
Do you want to just go to see what happens? Let's do it.
All right, let's do it again.
Let's do it again. We were only going about 10 miles an hour. Let's Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's warm up. All right, here we go. Woo! Oh, it already opened it. Oh!
Oh, it broke up.
Oh no!
Oh, it came on. I could feel it. I could feel it pull off.
Oh no! Oh,
Wow. Man down. Wow, I can't believe it's still floating. Wow, that's a sad looking.
It's floating though, and
It
you
is
can
floating.
see it.
I don't think I'm gonna get it. Oh yeah.
All right, what's the damage?
Is it airtight though? Let's see the Velcro.
I mean, it's not full of water though.
It's not full of water. No, it's not full of water.
There's no water in there.
No. Pull it out of here.
The Velcro is failing, but it's still working.
There's a little bit of water. There's
Okay,
a little bit of water
but
here.
it's a survivable amount of water with
It is.
almost every smartphone
Yeah.
that exists. Okay, but that's extreme test. What broke on it?
Yep, the clip broke in the lanyard.
So don't.
You know, it's not rated for pulling behind boats. Is there a water skiing rating on this?
No, but that's a good test. I feel like we know the limits of the product now.
Yeah.
We don't know where the limit is. We just know it's in between.
How fast are you going?
Like 20, but that product works perfectly in between just dropping it in the water and going like 20 miles an hour behind a boat. Somewhere in between that, it'll fail.
We should let them know. They probably would want to know that. Update their manual for that.
Yes, update the manual. I'll tell you.
Do not pull behind the boat greater than 20 miles an hour.
So as you can see, when you just do it in a normal use, it works pretty well. But when you drag it behind a boat, maybe not so much.
Yeah, it couldn't hold up. But you know what's amazing is this part didn't rip.
Yeah, the hole.
And I thought that this would rip prior to the clip. And you saw in the video that the actual plastic clip
was the
broke.
clip, yeah.
But this is really tough plastic here.
Now, I do have one more observation about this, and that is we did get water in there eventually. And once you get water in there, it's kind of hard to clean out. And it's still there's still some droplets in there. So, I mean, if you do get water in there, it's a bit to clean. But otherwise, I really think that it worked as advertised.
Because even behind the boat, I don't think enough water got in there that would have ever ruined the phone or been enough to set off the warranty strips, the detectors in there. So I say it's a success.
I think it worked.
I wish they would have had like a little clip here, maybe to lock this up. That way when I tow it behind the boat, it wouldn't.
But you know what though? When it fell off the boat, we found it easily because it was orange. The bright orange really helped.
It floated. You'll notice in the video it floated with the orange side up, so it made it super easy.
So I think this one works.
Yeah, it definitely works.
All right, so this is not really much of a boat type product, but we did it on the boat anyways. It's definitely a travel product though, because it's something that I've actually started using on my travels here. And these pills are Colgate toothpaste pills.
This is the weirdest. Where do you find this stuff, James? I swear.
And
this is why you guys subscribe to him. Finds the weirdest stuff.
Who would ever think that these two things would go together in the same video?
On a boat.
On a boat. So I tried it at the hotel. I didn't film myself using it. I want to see how it worked. So I actually had to use these at the hotel because I forgot to bring toothpaste. So I used them a couple times before we tried it out. But I brought it out with Mike. We tried it on the boat, and here's what happened.
On the boat.
So what you're supposed to do is chew it up,
Okay.
but don't swallow it like an Altoid.
Okay.
And then you just brush, and then like normal.
You don't put this on here like this.
No, you don't stick it in the toothbrush.
I mean, that would work. Okay, we at the same time?
Same time.
Okay, here we go.
Ready?
It tastes good. It tastes like
Altoid.
it does taste like an Alto. Let me get some. water on my toothbrush.
Huh? Have you ever brushed your teeth on a boat before?
Mm-mm. And I never brushed my teeth with another dude. It is so awkward. At least we have our shirts on.
Yeah, foam around your mouth.
It's not foam. You know, it feels like regular toothpaste once you get going.
Once it breaks up, yeah.
There's a few chunks in your teeth. So what's the difference between that and an Altoid?
It has fluoride in it.
Don't you have some
Altoids.
Altoids?
You want
Let me
to try
brush-
Altoids?
Yeah.
They look exactly the same.
They don't have a little dot.
They don't have the Colgate logo on them.
But I'm going to brush my teeth.
You gonna,
Okay, here we go.
You gonna try it?
Yeah. Way crunchier. Way crunchier. Actually,
Don't swallow it.
tastes way better.
Tastes better.
Okay. No dentist would ever recommend brushing your teeth with candy.
What's next, M&M's?
I feel like I'm just pushing the sugar into the depths of my teeth.
The chunks aren't breaking up either. They're not foaming. I can confirm that these are not Altoids.
And now I have 3 cavities, instant cavities.
I think I actually created cavities brushing them without with Altoid.
I just dug. Yeah, that was definitely just like getting
awful.
sugar and
That was awful. Yeah.
But those pills, I really like that.
Yeah,
As
I
a
do
matter
too.
of fact, I thought it was completely cheesy, but
Yeah. Once you start using, like, this actually is not a bad idea.
no, it's so easy.
Yeah.
You know what would be good
What's that?
if you made a Pez dispenser toothbrush that you stored
In the
these in the
toothbrush?
handle and
You
you
know-
just pop it back. It loads one.
They're gonna come up with this and not
Right?
give you any credit for it whatsoever. You know that.
Colgate, if I see a Pez dispenser style,
We'll have that record that you came up with the idea first.
we have it on record. So those are good. I like those a
I
lot.
like them. Yeah.
So I actually really like this. What do you think about it?
I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was completely gimmicky, but I see the allure. Nothing is worse than trying to clean toothpaste out of the bottom of your sink that gets dried on there and crusty, and squeezing the last bit of I don't like toothpaste tubes, and people have always tried to make mechanical ones that push to pump.
I've almost reviewed those actually too.
Like people have all these gimmicks, and this solves all of those problems.
It's measured, like there's no mess.
You know when it's done. You know, like I got 2 teeth brushings left. I better order another one.
And on the travel aspect of it, you don't have to worry about going over on liquids. You don't have to worry about a large tube of toothpaste. This is
I think
pretty
it's
good.
a great idea. And after the chunks broke up in your mouth, it tasted just like regular toothpaste.
Yeah, it was good.
Foamed up and everything.
Yeah.
So I think that's a
This one
success.
worked pretty well too.
Who knows? It's Colgate too, so this is not an
Not a
off-brand.
fly-by-night, yeah.
This is a real product. Colgate toothpaste pills.
It's called Colgate Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Tooth tabs, they call them.
Tooth tabs. Okay, perfect.
Right.
I like those. I like them. I would travel with those. All right.
The last one that you helped me with was the hoodie. What is it called? Hoodie Pillow, I think they call it. I mean, it's called right here. The Hoodie Pillow. It's called the Hoodie Pillow.
The Hoodie Pillow.
Which, I mean, it's a typical travel pillow with a hoodie in it. I mean, that's just like 2 basic things.
I can't even look at you serious when you wear this, James.
Come on, I mean, you don't even wear this for style. Even without the hoodie, you don't wear it for style. You wear it for comfort.
So then it actually is good because then it covers you up and no one can recognize you.
Right. So then you can be anonymously ridiculous looking. But you have a full hoodie. It blocks the light out. Sometimes when you're on a plane,
It's really kind of it's so dumb that it's genius.
Yeah. See, I had the ostrich pillow a couple years ago with this giant
Yeah,
one.
but that's
that was
too
huge.
much.
This actually
I saw that.
I think people would actually.
Yeah.
When you're on a plane, sometimes the person in front of you, their lights blasting in the eyes.
And if you wore, or what about the person when you're sitting on the aisle seat and the person won't close the window?
Right, exactly.
And they want to look out the window the whole time because they've never been on a
That's
plane
me.
before. Really? And the sun is shining through and you.
I know. So it has a lot of uses. But anyways, I did try it out on the boat.
What if you wore it backwards?
Let me see.
Does it work backwards?
I mean, I guess it does.
That's even scarier.
It's falling off though. I guess you could pull it. You
The
could pull
person
it straight.
behind
I don't
you
think so.
Tie it up, okay.
But I
think I want to try it on.
You didn't try it, did you?
I haven't tried this on yet.
Well, it's very soft though, right?
I mean, oh my.
What do you think about the material?
Well, it's not touching my head very much because I have hair.
You have hair.
So I don't feel the material.
Oh, that's true, huh? Maybe it's made for bald people.
It is. But it feels. Do you know what I like is? It feels like sturdy, like it's not gonna. I don't know. I kind of like it, to tell you the truth, but I feel like I would wear a gray shirt just so I would kind of be incognito.
So if you, okay, well, first of all, let's go back and show my clips from when I was on the plane, and then we can go and show it on the boat itself.
Yeah, when you took a little nap while I had to drive you to the. Okay, all right, let's go.
All right. All right, so as you can see, I'm on the plane. I had no problem putting it on, and I didn't think that it stood out that badly, but I did find it to be comfortable. I was able to lean up against the side. I was able to block out all the light. To me, it worked quite well on an airplane.
Let's get to the travel pillow. Now, I used it on the plane, and I will say that the inside is extremely soft. It feels very nice. Here, feel that. What do you call that material?
Velour.
Velour?
It's soft. It feels
So,
cottony.
yeah. So
I'd say cottony.
the idea behind this, well, I gotta take my hat off. I have a red spot on my head. Is that you can have this travel pillow, and you can pull it tight, and you have total privacy. Look at this. I'm all by myself now. Isn't that great?
If you wore that, you would be all by yourself because you would have no friends. It looks. You know what the thing is? If you wore a gray shirt, no one would know that was connected.
A gray shirt.
If you had a gray shirt on, it would look like you
So
had
look,
a hoodie on.
I'll take my glasses off. Watch this. I mean, look at this. I mean, that's. If you're gonna.
And it looks like it would keep it cinched up. So
Yeah,
the worst thing about travel pillows is when you put your head over, this kind of squishes out to the side.
Right. No.
But if you tie that,
you can tie this.
then that keeps it squished
And
together.
especially on an airplane, when you're going to try to get some sleep, you really kind of block out all the light.
And if you wear that on the airplane, people think you're crazy. They're going to leave you alone.
I did
No
it on
one's-
the airplane.
No one's going to bug you.
Do I have
Like,
Altoid over my lips?
No, that's Colgate.
Is it Colgate or Altoid? I can't tell. All right, so I'm going to try to get some, because we have to drive to a restaurant. Or,
Yeah, we're going to drive to a restaurant. It's about a 20-minute ride
All right,
on
I'm
a
gonna-
boat.
I'm gonna
We're
try
going to be
to-
going fast.
I'm going to try to rest with, can I rest?
Yeah, see if you can lay back and take a rest.
Right here? Okay.
Yeah, like lay back on that in the back cushion, like
Over here?
yeah, just lay on back.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
And the sun's not in your eyes.
No, the sun's not in my eyes at all.
That's perfect.
And even my bald head's getting protected, too.
Oh, yep, that's good.
Yeah.
The end of your nose is going to get burnt up.
Oh, here, I'll try this.
There you go.
How about that?
All right. You look like.
You know, it's actually, it probably looks ridiculous, but it's actually quite comfortable.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of products you test are like that. Like that umbrella hat
Yeah, but
looked ridiculous, but it kind of worked.
it looked ridiculous, but it was not comfortable.
Not comfortable.
The umbrella hat was not comfortable. This is actually quite comfortable.
Okay. Good.
So I guess we're gonna just like zip over there, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, you
stay
keep
like
chilling. And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna drive.
this. Okay.
See you there.
It's a little bit funny, but I really think that there's people that would like this. I mean, I'm kind of a defender of the hoodie pillow, because I've worn these kind of pillows before. Like, have you worn these before?
I've never have.
Okay.
I've always just suffered through.
Yeah.
I've never been one for comfort on a plane.
But if you had to choose between a regular one and the hoodie one, would you take the hoodie over the regular?
I don't, James. I
Long
don't know.
pause.
It's a long pause because I'm so vain. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it just feels like it's one notch above goofy for me.
There is a gimmick factor to it. for
And
sure.
I feel like people would be looking at me, and when I'm trying to sleep and relax on a plane,
Right.
the least thing I want to do is draw attention to myself. And I feel like this would draw attention to me and make people look at me, and then I would have a complex where I'm trying to sleep, and it would cause me to not sleep.
But the nice thing is you wouldn't see them looking at you because this would be over your
I
eyes.
know, but I know. Like in my mom, like I look so weird right now.
All right, so we're going to say this is kind of like a moderate pass, maybe a bit gimmicky, but there is some function to it.
I think no, but it's comfortable and it works.
Yeah.
So if you are not the type that easily gets embarrassed or don't care what you're wearing,
I feel it material. Isn't that's
know.
nice. That's nice material.
it's your hands
comfortable.
under there,
Yeah.
so it's a little weird rubbing on your
Well,
hand.
don't touch.
Okay.
All right, so the last one, Mike, we didn't do on the boat because
I don't even know what this is. This is some weird thing you brought.
I
I
actually
thought you were going to open a beer or something.
You know, I actually tweeted TSA to make sure they would take this because it's a big metal thing, you know.
Yeah.
They tweeted back and said they would take this. So this is the Addalock. This is actually a deadbolt lock for your door and hotels or Airbnbs. I mean, I think that because sometimes, you know, you might have a lock on the door, but I saw videos people were able to unlock deadbolts in hotel rooms
Yeah.
and stuff. So this is one more layer of security. It's a deadbolt that goes into your door. I tested out the hotel I stayed at, so let's first take a look at how that went, and then we'll come back and for a final conclusion.
All right.
All right, so now I'm going to try it for real. I'm going to place it in here. And you want to kind of keep it in place while you close the door. All right, so the door is closed around the Addalock. Now it's kind of loose, but what we're going to do is place this right in there, and now the door is not going anywhere. Not moving. Works well when it works well. See, now a door like this might be a problem. In fact, I think it's going to be a problem. So let's check this one out. So it fits in there, but I mean, it's sliding, so I don't know if that's going to really be a problem or not. Let's see. Let's see. It's not going to work. Well, I mean, I guess it kind of still works. Even though it's a little bit loose, it's still working. Look, it's not opening. Huh. I'm actually a little bit surprised. I'm actually surprised that it worked. There we go. There we go.
When I tested it out at home before I left, and I tested it out at the hotel that I stayed at. I tested out the Airbnb I stayed at. It worked in all the places. So to me, if you need an extra layer of security, I do think the Addalock works quite well.
It's very clever. It's obviously patented. It says it's got a U.S. patent on it. I guess it's kind of a stretch because it does work as advertised.
Yeah.
But the only thing that I would be fearful of is if you were stuck in there and they need to get in there. I've seen videos that firemen are trained to remove those safety locks.
Oh, yeah.
They go through training on how to bypass those safety locks that are built into a hotel or a door, and they're probably not trained on this. So
kick it in.
but they have other ways to get in.
The hotel might send you a bill if they have to kick the door.
Yeah, but they're very clever, and it just gives you that peace of mind, you know.
Or even if you live in an apartment and you're not real trusting of the lock system they have there, this is an extra one.
What about, you ever gone to a public restroom or someone's house and the door doesn't lock all the way?
Yeah.
Like the toilet is out of arm's reach from the door and you're paranoid. Just have one of these with
if
you.
If you have that friend who you never liked their bathroom door, you can take the Addalock with you.
Yep,
I guess.
exactly.
But to me, this definitely works as advertised. I didn't really find any doors that didn't work on. They say that it doesn't work on all doors. All the doors I tried, it worked on. Even the one that at the hotel that had the long latch, it worked there too.
The only thing is if this gap, if you had a door with very tight tolerances, like a metal door that was very tight, that may not fit in
that's
there.
what on this end it says test to fit. That's how you can check to see if it fits in there. So you put that in there.
That's clever.
So they do have a tester on that. So
awesome, I like it.
So what's your favorite of all the ones that you tested out?
Well, this phone holder I feel is the most useful to me.
Especially because you go on a boat a lot. So
I do,
you would probably
and
use something
you go to a water park or you get in the rain if you're out in public and you know you're not in a place where, I mean, you go to the beach, this can protect your phone.
Right.
But there's a lot of things like this.
Right.
So this isn't that unique. But
do they all float though?
I don't know. I guess that's what makes it unique, is that. So that's probably the most useful to me. Something that I could use every single day is this toothpaste. I literally could, I may order this now and it's clean, it doesn't dirty up the sink. It tastes.
Maybe not even just for travel.
I'm saying every day, I could use this.
Yeah.
I actually wish I had a little dispenser where I could just, like a Pez dispenser, like I said in the video, and just pop one out on the, I don't know, it's a great thing. A gumball machine or something.
Right.
You can just turn it, get one.
Put in a nickel and get a Colgate anywhere.
Yep. No, I think this is probably something I would use, actually. What do you think?
It's a tough one. I want to agree on this because I've actually used this quite a few times. I like it. So I might keep using it. I'm going to use all these before it's gone. I might order more because I have the problem with the toothpaste in the bottom of the sink.
I don't like that.
I don't like that.
I don't like it.
I'm not going to use this as much, so I'm going to bump this down to number 3. I think this is something that I would probably find useful. A lot of people would find useful. This one, I'm not big on travel pillows. When I do use them, I'll take it. I don't care if I look ridiculous or not. I'm going to still use it. So.
You're going to use it? You don't care.
But
You're used to it.
So the big winner is the Colgate Anywhere.
Colgate
This is not a sponsored video.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's it. I appreciate you helping me out with this video and let me use your studio. By the way, if you are used to my channel, I'll go back to my normal below average quality after this video. So.
No, his quality is him. That's what makes James amazing. I focus on, cinematography, product reviews. So if you're interested in that, feel free to go check out.
I'll have a link to your description.
my
your
channel.
channel in the description below. But.
And thanks for coming,
All right.
and have a safe trip back tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I think you're driving. I'm driving you back to the airport tomorrow,
absolutely,
and you're off to Vegas. And hopefully, CES next year will
Hopefully,
open up, and I can see you again in Vegas.
That'd be great.
See y'all
All right.
later, and
Thanks,
see
man.
you guys later. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.